Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the High Value Agent Podcast, where we inspire people to create a better life through real estate. And I am going to share a message with you guys because I had a conversation today in the office with a teammate, an agent on a team who's been in real estate. His first full year in real estate is this year. And he shared with me that he's about to hit 100K in his first full year. So I want to share with you what he did to be able to accomplish something like that. The reality is most agents don't make more than 45 to 50,000 a year, and that's before taxes, right? So if you factor all that in and then you also factor in overhead expenses, you're probably talking $30,000 of income, if that, right? So how did this agent in his first full year practically earn 100K? He has multiple more closings this month of December, and he's sitting right around $92,000 of income. And so after these few more close out, he's going to push past 100K. So very, very simple process I'm going to walk you through. Number one, you need to follow and commit. And what I mean by that is you got to get very clear on what your mission is. Who are you doing this for? If you have a family, make sure that they are very clear alongside yourself what the mission is, how it benefits them, and how it's and what the path is going to be. What is the purpose? The more clarity that you all have together, the more aligned you are, the easier it's going to be to do the thing and be consistent in doing the thing, and then also having that accountability around you. So what is the mission? What is the purpose? Why are we doing this? What is the one thing that by showing up every day and doing the work on even on days you don't feel like it, because you're going to have more of those days, right? Versus days that you feel like it. You're going to have a lot of days where you don't want to get out of bed. You're going to have a lot of days where you don't feel like making your calls, doing the work. What is going to happen as a result of you showing up and doing the work every day? And how does that benefit you and your family? Okay, so that's number one. Number two, you need to practice how to communicate effectively with consumers. In our case, buyers and sellers. You need to be able to communicate at a very high level with conviction what needs to be said for a client to have confidence to move forward in a transaction, or for the client to be informed to make the right decision that's going to benefit them. But also, too, you need to be very good at even getting your foot in the door by knowing what to say to those people, depending on the lead source. So again, when we talk about like practicing what to say or role playing, mastering the real estate dialogue, it's first who you're talking to that is probably a stranger. How can you take a stranger and turn them into a client? That gap is what you say to them. Okay. How can you have a compelling conversation with someone to where they feel like they need to meet with you to start the process of buying or selling a home, and then also too being able to have the confidence to, if you're in front of them and presenting to them, that they feel confident to actually hire you. So practicing every day. Really, when I say every day, 5 days a week is all you need. If you really want to get good at this and shorten your time frame from being uncomfortable to being very, very, very good, do it every day for 30 minutes. Role play, go through your scripts, go through your frameworks, whatever you use. Practice your presentations. It's going to help big time. Okay, and it's going to limit burnout or times of you feeling like you're not making progress because you're having to meet and talk to so many people to get a small result. Well, the more efficient you are, you don't have to do as much work to get a bigger result. Cool. Next, you got to make your calls. You got to actually put the practice and the skills to work. Okay. And that's how you build the skills further. Talk to people. You're going to be talking to people that are in your database, people that were at one point on your website and registered. You're going to be talking to friends and family. You're going to be talking to people that are on the market without an agent. You're going to talk to people at an open house. You're going to talk to people in neighborhoods because maybe you're cold calling or door knocking. You got to prospect. You got to talk to people to build new relationships. Okay. Got to do that. Next, and by the way, let me give you an idea of how much you should do this. So this agent who I'm referring to that is going to uh, essentially make 100K in his first full year, he committed to prospecting 1 to 3 hours, 5 days a week. 1 to 3 hours, 5 days a week. So when you factor that in, we're talking 5 to about 15 hours a week. A very low activity week would have been 5 hours of prospecting, but probably he was between 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours a day, 5 days a week. So now we're talking 10 to 15 hours of prospecting time. And when we say prospecting time, we're not talking about, okay, he made a call, got off the phone, and before making his next call, he took 10 minutes to go get coffee, use the bathroom, go chat about the game, go talk about the new movie that came out. It was very intentional, inspired action during those time blocks. That is what it takes, okay, to win at that level very early in your career. All right, speed to lead. You have to be, if you have a website, if you have a, if you do any type of lead generation or marketing that is funneling, people to your website that are registering and stuff like that, get into the habit of when they register, calling them right away. You want to capture that opportunity or have a conversation with them while they're on the website or while real estate is top of mind. Okay. He was very good at that. He did that consistently. Now, he wasn't perfect at this. And that's the thing. You don't have to be perfect, right? But overall, he was fairly consistent in calling people right away. Then you should have a database. We call it a data bank. You should have a CRM that all your leads go into. Okay. And that CRM, if it's a good one, right? Because I think all CRMs work as long as you work it. But our CRM, it reminds you when to reach out to people based on the stage you put them in. Make sure that you are following that process to a T consistently. You can't do it one day every 30 days and think you're going to be able to make this type of money. The days that you've committed to work needs to be focused on managing your data bank at a high level. Okay. Very, very important. Majority of your business and closings and income will come from follow up. It will come from you nurturing and maintaining the relationship with the person in your CRM. Okay. There's not going to be many people that you talk to that the first time you talk to them, they're ready to buy right now with urgency. Very uncommon. As a matter of fact, if you're talking to 100 people a day, you may find one that says, you know what? Yeah, I am ready to buy within the next 30 days. It's very uncommon. Okay. All right. Next, social media. Well, social media is important because when we talk about marketing as a whole, and we talk about mind share, when we talk about staying in front of people, when we talk about being an authority in the real estate space or in your community, social media is a great platform and it's free. So you should be posting multiple times a day. This agent, he didn't do this the whole year. He really made this a focus about half a year. I mean, he was posting here and there, but he would go days and maybe even weeks without posting. But then he recommitted and he started posting 2 to 3 times a day. I would recommend 3 to 5, but as he's been posting more consistently, what he's done is he's building up an audience. He's building up an audience. And guess who's in his audience? Buyers and sellers. So he's been adding past clients, current clients, and leads on Facebook. He's been adding them to his Facebook or social media. And so whenever he would make a post, he is staying in front of these people that he's also calling. Okay. Social media is free. It just requires a little bit of effort and focus. Okay. And having a schedule to keep you consistent. But wow, it gives you an incredible return on your time. Then we got to do open houses. Very important, because what a great way to get in front of people who real estate is top of mind. So remember, I said earlier, in speed to lead, you want to call people within a minute, within 5 minutes of registering on your website, because real estate is still top of mind. Well, when you do an open house, it's literally having a storefront, just like you walking into a store or them walking into your store. Obviously, real estate is top of mind, because if it wasn't, they wouldn't be at your open house. So it's a great way to get face to face with people who could be motivated to make a move very, very soon. Okay. He did not do a bunch of them. However, he was pretty consistent, doing 1 to 2 a month. Okay. 1 to 2 open houses a month. If you want to make 100K, let's say you're somebody who you're like, you know what, Antoine, I want to make 100K next year, 100%. But you know what? I want to make 100K by the summertime of next year. I would recommend doing one open house, 1 to 2 a week. Do 1 to 2 open houses a week, and that's going to get you in front of more clients, period. Okay. And then also, too, make sure that you are tracking your numbers. Track your numbers. So, track how many open houses you do, track how many leads you're generating, right? Track how many appointments you're setting, how many conversations you're having. Track all that stuff. And there's different systems that you can use. Heck, you can use a spreadsheet if you want to, but track it, so then you can see what has happened in the past, and then it allows you to predict the future. The data tells a story. The data predicts what's going to happen. I can look at somebody's data, like I can look at an agent on our team. I can look at data and determine how much income they're going to make over the next 90 days, just based on the data. I don't need to even talk to the agent. I could just look at the data and say, this person's going to be earning X amount of money. And it's very, very accurate. Why? Is because women lie, men lie, but numbers do not lie. So, very, very important. Track your numbers. A lot of great systems out there. Heck, systems that you want to use that are very high level. I've seen some and personally have used some that didn't cost more than $50 a month to use. So, no excuse. Track your numbers. All right. And then I'm going to leave it with this. Number one, I mentioned follow and commit. I made that number one because that's the most important. Your success is going to be directly correlated to your commitment level, the accountability that you have in life, that you have in your life, and the action that you take. So if you have the mindset and the work ethic to, I'm going to do the work, I'm going to step through the fear and do the work anyway, I'm going to have people holding me accountable to that work. And the people that are holding me accountable are fully aware and on board with the benefit that we all get from me doing the work. So there's buy in, there's skin in the game. If you have that, you will soar in next year, in 2026. You will kill it. You will make as much money that you, whatever amount you want to make. Maybe it's 300K for you, maybe it's a million. I promise you, if you don't make a million in a year, if you stay consistent with what we're talking about, and again, it starts with follow and commit, then within 3 to 5 years, you will have earned over $1 million. For sure, for sure. When you factor everything in. Okay. So that this is what this agent did to make 100K in his first full year in real estate, when the average person here in our town, the average income is 30 to 38 to $39,000. 38 to $39,000. Okay. If he can do it, you can do it. All right. If you need more support, reach out to me. As always, if this is valuable, subscribe, leave us a review, give us a comment, let us know how we're doing. We're going to continue to bring this fire to you. Again, my commitment is to bring to you everything that I know along with people that are even just operating at elite levels alongside me, to bring forth information that you can apply, that's not theory, but is proven, and you can get results immediately if you commit. That is what I'm gonna continue to do. So if you do it and things are working for you, leave us a comment, leave us a review, let us know how it's all going for you. And until next time, y'all be powerful, be strong. Peace.